Hi, this is Brian Morgan, the ECON1050 course coordinator for this semester. In this video, I'm going to give an overview of the ECON1050 Learn.uq webpage. We'll work our way through this menu on the left-hand side. The home page is the announcements page. You should check these announcements regularly. It's one of the main ways we communicate with students during the semester. The first announcement is an overview of the course. We'll go through most of this information in this video. A little explanation here first. Even though this system is called Learn.uq officially, everyone refers to it as Blackboard. That's the commercial platform that hosts these pages. Going back up, we have an announcement on the prerequisite. The prerequisite for the course is High School Maths B, or the UQ course, Math 1040. It's really important that you do this prerequisite before you start the course. The next item on the menu is the course profile. You should make yourself familiar with that. The most important sections are probably learning activities. There we have a list of the topics for each lecture and the corresponding tutorials with information about the references for the textbook. You should also look at the assessments page. We have two formal exams. The mid-semester exam, that will be on one of 3 Saturdays, the 31st of August, the 7th of September, or the 14th of September. You should make sure that you're available for any of those days. The mid-semester exam is worth 30%. The final exam at the end of the semester is worth 50%. In addition to that, we have 5 online quizzes. Here are the times and dates for those. Each quiz is worth 4 percentage points and is open for about a week. I'll give more information about the quizzes when we get to the MyMathLab page and also in the first lecture. Course staff just has some contact details for myself. Course help has some useful information. So we have a general support chart here that might be useful for various ways you can get support at UQ. There's also a link to the Bell Student Centre where you can get more specific help about your courses and so on. In this course we have tutorials and PASS, peer-assisted study sessions. You're required to sign on for your tutorials, but not for PASS. Both of those start in week 2. And there's a little bit of information here about deferred exams and supplementary exams. I'll talk more about those as we get closer to the mid-semester exam and again for the final exam. The main folder on Blackboard is the Learning Resources folder. Here we'll have the lecture recordings, so after each lecture there'll be recordings, ECO360 recordings posted here. There's some information about the textbook. There's an activities timeline that's useful. You can see what's happening over the semester. So it's all colour-coded. Lectures 1 to 4 will be covered in the mid-semester exam, one of those 3 dates. 5 to 12 will be covered in the final exam. We have pairs of lectures, colour-coded. The week following the lecture we have the tutorial and PASS. The colour coding refers to the quiz, so each quiz covers 2 lectures. Quiz 1 covers lectures 1 and 2, quiz 2, 3 and 4 and so on. Some of the quizzes include a small number of revision questions as well. As you can see, we have folders for each lecture or topic, going right down to topic 12 or lecture 12. In each folder you'll find lecture slides, 2 formats there. The lecture examples, these are the examples that I'll cover during the lecture. There may also be videos of some of the examples. We have the tutorial questions for each week. I post the tutored answers at the end of the week. For each lecture there's a complete set of YouTube videos. These are different to the ECO360 recordings of the live lecture. They may be useful for you. They're made up of short modules. You can see there what they cover. So from the start of the semester, materials available for the whole course, well, excluding the tutorial solutions. We go down to example lecture 6, the lecture slides, the examples, the example videos, the tutorial questions, and then the YouTube videos for that lecture. Moving on to the assessment folder, we have another summary of the assessment. I'll also post information here about the mid-semester exam, the past paper, the formula sheet, and things like that. Similar material for the final exam as well. There's a discussion board and My Grades, where you can look up the results for the mid-semester exam and the quizzes. Library links, some useful links there. Now we come to another very important folder, the MyMathLab folder. MyMathLab is a system provided by Pearson, an academic publisher. So if you've done ECON1050, this is a different system. You can access it through this page. But very importantly, you need to be familiar with the system before you log in. It's quite fussy. Here are some general instructions about using MyMathLab. You should become familiar with those. This is another video that I've created for MyMathLab and ECON1050. I've produced that. The next 3 videos are produced by Pearson. You should go through those as well. And this is where you access MyMathLab, mainly through this link here, All Assignments. Before you connect, or certainly before you do the tests, you should undertake a browser check to make sure your browser is compatible with MyMathLab, or if you change devices, check again. You can connect to the assignments, the quizzes, through All Assignments. The online quizzes will come up later. What we have already is a diagnostic test. So this covers the basic algebra that you need to start the course. It'd be useful if you do that, just to make sure that you're up to scratch. There's a practice online quiz and also quiz instructions. You can access these any number of times. The quizzes you can only do once. After the due date of the quizzes, you'll be able to check your results here. In addition to the quizzes, you can access the test bank of questions. That's the study plan. So you can go to any section. These sections relate to the chapters in the textbook, and you can choose any one. Solving equations, for example, solving quadratic equations, and there are a number of questions there you can try. The thing about MyMathLab is that it will give you help to answer questions. Not in the quizzes, of course, but if you go through the study plan. So if we go up here, question help, you can help me solve this. It will take you through various steps. Or you can view an example and work through a question similar to the one that's being asked. And here we are. We step through that. You can access the study plan for all the material covered in the semester, well, except for the time when the quizzes are open, of course. I'll talk more about MyMathLab in Lecture 1 and before Quiz 1. Learning Pathways is just a little extra. It's basically a to-do list for each week. It tells you what you need to do each week to keep up to date. Consult times are posted there. Remember, you can go to any consultation session. You don't have to go to the consult for your tutor. ECON1050 is one of the courses that has PASS, peer-assisted study sessions. Here we have a video that tells you about PASS. It's not an alternative to tutorials, it's something extra. It's, well, peer-assisted study. The students, you, the students, are your peers. The idea is that we have PASS leaders who help you understand concepts in a less formal setting than tutorials and lectures. Abby Smith is the PASS coordinator, and here's the timetable. So we have 3 sessions during the semester. You can go to any one of those. You don't need to sign up. The last item on the menu is UQ Student Resources. This is something I've put together for students, various resources that might be useful. A little bit on email etiquette there, integrity, and various other links that you can use. So that's an overview of the ECON1050 Blackboard site. If you have any questions about the site, you can come to consultation or send me an email.